So this is question 5 in the Google form, and for questions 5 and 6, we're actually asked to use the converse of the Pythagorean theorem, and we'll talk about how that kind of looks in a second. But for question 5, it's going to read, does a triangle with given side measurements form a right triangle? And we have our three measurements below, 9 meters, 15 meters, and 12 meters. Now starting off, we have, well, three options, yes, no, or not enough information. We'll just take a look at this not enough information option right now. So we're asked if these three side lengths form a right triangle. And when we're thinking about a right triangle, we're thinking about side lengths. We have our legs A and B, and we have our hypotenuse C. Now they're giving us three side lengths, so we do have enough information to say if these three side lengths would form a right triangle. If they only gave us two side lengths, like 9 and 15, that would be not enough information, because we would need to know something else about that triangle in order to prove if it was a right triangle or not. But we have three side lengths, so we are given enough information. So option C, we'll call it that last option, wouldn't apply here. So now we're asked, will it be a right triangle, yes or no? Well, we know the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We're going to be using the Pythagorean theorem here in order to decide if these three side lengths form a right triangle. Well, we know what A and B are, and if you're saying, well, how do we know what A and B are? Well, if you remember something special about the hypotenuse, this side C, it's always our longest side. What's the longest side here? Well, it has to be 15. So the hypotenuse is always the longest side, meaning 15 has to be C. It has to be our hypotenuse. So we're going to plug 15 in for C. And remember, it's 15 squared. Next, we'll plug in for A, and we'll plug in for B. So for A, we'll use 9 squared. And for B, we'll use 12 squared. Now, if you flipped it, you get 12 squared plus 9 squared. Wouldn't change the answer to our problem. So you could make A 12 or A9. In this case, we end up with that same result. So we're going to be using the Pythagorean theorem here, and we're actually using the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. And what the converse of the Pythagorean theorem states is, if this side C squared equals the sum of A and B squared, then this triangle would be a right triangle. So in order to prove this is a right triangle, we're just going to simplify our expression. 9 squared is 81. 12 squared would be 144. And then last but not least, we're going to square 15, and we get 225. So first we're squaring. Next, we're going to combine. We're going to add together 81 and 144. And 81 plus 144 would give us 225. Now notice the sum of A and B squared equaled C squared. 225 equals 225. Because this is a true statement, that means these side lengths, yes, would form a right triangle. So this is question 6 in the Google form. And it's kind of the same idea. We're asked, does a triangle with the given side measurements form a right triangle? And once again, we're thinking of right triangle. We're thinking of legs AB, hypotenuse C, and we're using that formula A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And now to prove if these side lengths form a right triangle, we're going to use the converse of the Pythagorean theorem, which is basically stating, does C squared equal the sum of A squared plus B squared? And if that kind of comes out to be a true statement, then yes, they would form a right triangle. Now, in order to use the converse of the Pythagorean theorem, we have to identify what's A, what's B, and what's C. And at the start of the problem, right off the bat, we have to do a little thinking in order to decide what's A, what's B, and what's C. Now, if you remember, the hypotenuse is always the longest side, so C is always the longest side. So once we identify which of these three numbers is the longest, we can then identify that as C. Now, kind of quickly, well, we know obviously 8 is 8 millimeters, but we're looking at the square root of 41 and the square root of 23. So we can kind of use some quick estimation. And the square root of 41 we know is in between 6 and 7. And if you're saying, how do we know that? Well, 6 squared is 36, and 7 squared is 49. So 41 is kind of in between 36 and 49, and therefore it has to be a number in between 6 and 7. And the same logic here, square root of 23, well, 23, that would be in between 4 and 5, and once again, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, so we're saying it kind of has to be in between there, therefore it has to be in between 4 and 5. So we're kind of just using quick math to trying to get our answer. So we know 8 has to be C, it's the longest side, without even finding the exact measurements for the square root of 41 and the square root of 23. We just know 8 is the longest side. So we know 8 is the longest side, so now we'll plug that in. That'll be C for us, and we'll call the square root of 41 A and the square root of 23 B. So let's plug in now. We have the square root of 41 squared, and I'm just going to put it in parentheses because we are squaring the square root of 41. You don't want to write it as something like this. Okay, that would be actually incorrect. They would not be equivalent. So I'm just going to put it in parentheses, plus the square root of 23, and once again I'm going to add those parentheses, squared equals, just in this case, 8 squared. So once again, if we simplify this expression and the sum of A and B equals 8 squared, then we know that we're going to be dealing with a right triangle. So let's square these A and B terms. Now we're squaring a square root. The squaring essentially undoes the square root. So the square root of 41 squared would just be 41. It just becomes the number under that symbol, what's called the radicand. So in this case, it would just be 41. Once again, when we're squaring a square root, it kind of think of it as undoes a square root. 23 equals 64. So last but not least, we'll simplify this expression further. We'll add 41 plus 23 is 64. And yes, 64 equals 64. That comes out to be a true statement. Therefore, that tells us, yes, these side lengths would form a right triangle.